Because he's the ultimate sacrifice. There ain't going to remain no more sacrifice for sins, for your sins. Listen, with a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, meaning he's going to burn you up, throw you in that lake of fire, which shall devour the adversary. You become the enemies of the Most High. And of myself, Yahushua. Or you think he was just going to be the errand boy for you continually? You keep doing things that's off? No. That's why ain't nothing more powerful than the truth. And a lot of people take this too lightly. You take it too lightly. You might as well go on back to the church. Or leave it alone. And go out there and do your thing. Because this is real. And he's real. And we is real. You see? If you're real, some of you ain't real. Some of you fake and phony. And don't even realize it. That's what's so sad. You think you on point and it's like you really be off. When the book is closed. You hear me say that all the time because it's very important that you really obtain what it is that you see here and you're learning so that you can apply it in your life when the book is closed so you are operating properly. We have the examples and you have the solutions. Hebrews 10:10, by the which will we are sanctified through the offering of the body of a Mashiach Yahushua once for all. And that all we know are the children of Israel, as we just read in Acts 5:31. For repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And every priest standing daily, ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices which can never take away sins. See? The same sacrifices. Not talking about at this time, going back in the days that we were sacrificing. Because when the Mashiach Yahushua, when he gave up the ghost, the temple rent in half, wasn't no more sacrificing. Look at Matthew 27 and 50. He was on the tree. The Roman soldiers, so-called Italian Caucasian, put him on the tree. It says, Mashiach Yahushua, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost, meaning he died. Listen, and behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain. Where the priest was sacrificing animals, it split in half. From the top to the bottom. And the earth did quake. An earthquake happened. And the rocks rent. And the graves were opened. You see? I was just here to show you that the sacrificing temple split in half. And they said, surely this is the Son of the Most High. So we're no more sacrificing after that. Hebrews 10 and 11. And every priest standing daily, ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices which can never take away sins. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand of the Most High. He ascended to the right hand side of the Most High. Mashiach Yahushua. For by one offering he hath perfected forever them that are sanctified. But then why are people still sacrificing animals, if that's the case? Because he was that ultimate sacrifice. Wherefore the Holy Spirit also is a witness to us. For after that he has said before, this is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws into their hearts, into our minds, and in their minds will I write them. But how are you going to do that if you don't study the law? We don't go over these laws. And how are you part of what this says in the New Testament, as he told us in Hebrews the 8th chapter. Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. See? That's what he's quoting here. Remember, the Most High speak once, yea, twice, man perceive it not. So he's saying the same thing over again. In verse 16 of Hebrews the 10th chapter, it says, this is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws into their hearts, or minds, and in their minds will I write them, and their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. See, our sins and iniquity will he remember no more. Now where remission of these is, there is no more offering for sin. Well, he said you're not going to remember the sin anymore. It says, having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Mashiach Yahushua. He have boldness to enter the holiness by the blood of Mashiach Yahushua, meaning it has significance, major significance, as they went into the Holy of Holies every year. But Mashiach Yahushua had died one time, that's it. By a new and living way, which he have consecrated for us. Who's the us? The 12 tribes of Israel. Through the veil that we just read was rent in half. That is to say his flesh. See, the veil that was rent in half, meaning it's nothing carnal anymore, it's all spiritual through Mashiach Yahushua dying, that ultimate veil. Remember the veil of the temple was rent in half, twain, earthquake, and ripped the sacrificing temple in half, no more sacrificing. And having a high priest over the house of the Most High, the family of the Most High, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, Mashiach Yahushua being that high priest, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience. That's what I say. This is you're supposed to get away. That's why I say you got to become a new person, a new man, a new woman, become a new creature, be born again, and put away the evil. You would say the evil conscience, thinking evil, and our bodies washed with pure water. Remember the priests had to wash their bodies once they did the sacrifice, and let our body be washed with pure water. How does that do? Ephesians 5, hold that, get Ephesians 5:26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it by the washing of water by the word. See? The word cleans you up. St. John 15:3. Clear as up. Now you are clean or sanctified through the word which I have spoken unto you. See? The word of the Most High. The word of Mashiach, who is the word of the Most High, cleans us up. As you learn it, you live it, and you apply it in your life. Every day. It says, verse 23 of Hebrews the 10th chapter, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. You know, don't be wavering. Be an Israelite every day. Follow these laws, such commandments every day. Don't deviate. You know, because he's not gonna help you. You wave, if you wavering, you wavery, forget it. Go to James, the 1st chapter, and verse 6. But let him ask in faith. You got to ask the Most High in faith, believing, not wavering, not doubting. For he that wavereth or doubt is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. Like this way and that way, just going every kind of way, right? For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High. A double-minded man is just unstable in all his ways, see? That's why I say you can't waver. You got to be sure of this. That's why if not, then you need counsel to be able to help yourself get better and better and better. But study this word. You getting it? You have enough that's been given to all of you to be knowing how to operate. I mean, brothers be saying they've been in this truth 20-something years and still don't have this. So if you haven't been in a few years, don't get it twisted. I mean, the apostles didn't know. You know, we know in part, we prophesy in part. That's why we iron sharpeneth iron. We need each other to help each other to be as strong as we can be, powerful as the Most High would have us through the spiritual power that He's given us in the name of the Lord and Savior. Let's look at Hebrews 10. And 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. See, that love is what? Keeping of the commandments. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. You know, we know what love is. I hope you do by now. 2 John 6. For this is love, that we walk after His commandments. This is a commandment that, as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Keep the commandments. That's love. Verse 24 again, Hebrews 10. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. Good works is what? Keeping the commandments of the Most High. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together like some, as the matter of some is. See, we're supposed to be coming together. Assembling ourselves together one way or another. We come together on the conference call, we come together in the flesh. We got to assemble ourselves together. As a matter of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. You see the end coming. You see the period of time that we're in right now. I mean, it's crazy. But we know that that day is approaching. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, you know the laws of the Most High. You know not to steal, not to murder, not to commit adultery, you know, not to do the things that's contrary to the law. The Most High hate all abomination. So you know it. He said, "Oh, you gonna slip over here. Just you said it willfully. You know you ain't supposed to, like a woman ain't supposed to put on pants. Man ain't supposed to put on dresses and skirts and all that stuff like a woman, like they doing and perpetrating lipstick and just feminine crap, man. All the things that pertain to a woman, men doing it now. And women, I look at men, they so weak, they following behind their woman. Where the real man at? Gonna stand up and be a man and take care of what needs to be taken care of as a man, as it was prior to, I'll say, women's lib. You see? You had real men standing up, they was controlling their household and all that. Now look at it, it's a whole reversal. I'm seeing it in front of my eyes from looking at it from the point of where the men were at one time. See, some of you can't say that because you ain't old enough. I'm talking about what I've lived and seen. And see a reversal now, mainly, like I said, most likely gonna do a new thing in the earth. But women, a woman gonna surpass a man. A man gonna be right under the woman. That's a new thing. And it is. You see it. But if you sin willfully, after you have come into the knowledge of this truth, you will be with many stripes too. More so than those that you put down and think that you somebody because you got a little knowledge of the truth. You better humble yourself. Because they're going to get few stripes than you. Do y'all realize you've been hoodwinked like Malcolm said, you've been hoodwinked, you've been shanked, you've been ran amok. Ain't coming to this truth. Because ain't no going nowhere else. When you going? Ain't nowhere in the world you're going to go that's going to be satisfactory. You're going to never be satisfied. Those that have come into the knowledge of the truth and went back out, remember you got 7 complete, which is a complete number of demons waiting on your butt to destroy you. You're going to go out and get a complete number of demons worse than the one that he had before you were able to meet someone to be able to introduce you into the truth, to destroy you. And remember, the Most High, a day to the Most High is what? 1,000 years. Just because it don't come expedient, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you might be around to see that apple. Hopefully you won't be one that leave and go out there back into the world, because you become the enemy of the Most High. You become you at war with the Most High, it says in James 4:4. But understand, because this all the answers are here. It's just a matter of how you operate. That's why we're supposed to assemble ourselves together as you see this day approaching. This day of Jacob's trouble. Verse 27, but a certain fearful looking for the judgment and fiery indignation. I mean, the Most High come with that fire. He said, I will shine back with that fire to burn this place up and burn a whole lot of people up. Most High said, I will melt you. I'm going to melt you. Ain't I will. He said, I'm going to melt you. Fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversary. Do you realize? I better go there, because adversary means enemy. The enemy. He gonna burn the enemy. He gonna burn you enemies up. Period. Starting with Israel. James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? You at war with the Most High? That's the only place you're going to go back is to the world. I don't care if you go to religion, you go to any type of religion, which comes from a Latin word, religio, mean to hold back, keep down, and restrain from this truth. Go back out there, you going back into the world. Because where these religions come from? The world. You see? Listen. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? You at war with the Most High. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. That's why it said right here in Hebrews 10:27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversary. Remember, he said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Here he tells you it's going to be fiery indignation, which say the evil shall not prevent or overtake us. The Most High ain't going to prevent or overtake us. That's what he's saying. It's all here. The same thing. So he that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. We had to be 2 or 3 witnesses. Or how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy, who have trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High, and have counted the blood of the covenant insulted. That's an insult to grace. Getting something you don't deserve. Wherewith he was sanctified in holy thing, and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace, who insulted the Spirit of grace. Getting something you don't deserve. That's grace. For we know him that has said, vengeance belongeth unto me. Now he talking about getting your butt. And you know what he used? He said he got spirits that were created for what? Vengeance. I will recompense. I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to get you. Said the Most High. And again, the Most High shall judge his people. See, his people. The children of Israel. Talking about us. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Now he's bringing it on home to you. I mean, if y'all don't understand, that's why I be going to the Most High and let you know you're supposed to fear him. Much like I told you, don't fear nobody to kill the body. After that, they can't do nothing but fear the Most High, who after you have killed the body, because he's the one that killed and make alive. can cast your butt into hell, cast your butt into the lake of fire, where the worms never die and the fires never quench. He said, because you remember the former days in which after you were illuminated, you endured a great fight of affliction. Because he said, afflictions, because he said you're going to be dipped in the fiery furnace of affliction. But that fire is coming back to his word. And the more that you study to show yourself approval to the Most High, the more the affliction, and come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and start doing them every day, is living as an Israelite. Every day you get up and you think about, I gotta, you know, a lot of you think it's a light thing when it tells you about, we can look at something as simple as the fringes and the ribbon of blue. You say, look up on the fringes, remember the commandments of the Most High. That's what we're supposed to be doing. He said he's gonna bless us. I mean, think about that lady touched that hem of a Mashiach Yahushai's garment. What's on the hem of a garment? Fringes, the laws, the rules and regulations of the Most High. He felt virtue come from him, but she was healed. She had that blood disease for 12 years. She was healed. So now here you are, taking it lightly for what it is that the Most High said we're supposed to be doing. Everybody got their identity. Why can't we have an identity? I feel great. I feel great getting up, put on a fringe, something with fringes on it, every day. You should too. Because that's part of the law. That's part of our culture. That's part of who we are. Everybody else be out there with their identity. Why we can't have ours? We have the most powerful identity of the world. Because it's coming from where? The Most High. These are His laws. Don't get it twisted. These are His laws. Look. That's why I said, verse 30, call to remembrance the former days in which after you were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. Partly was ye were made of gazing stock, like people be looking at you all funny, both by reproaches, disgraces, and afflictions, talking about you. Some people that had to deal with fighting, lay hands on you. And partly was ye became companions of them that were so used. When you saw how you come into the congregation, next thing you know, you become companions with those that are so used to be in reproaches and afflictions and have been through all that, like myself. And someone else, you know, that's been in for a while. You become one with them. That's the body of a Mashiach Yahushai. It says, for ye had compassion of me and my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and an enduring substance. So they helped each other, knowing that the heavenly things that the Most High gonna bring forth is better than any material thing you can see on this earth, man. All this stuff gonna be burned up. Close your eyes and open your eyes. Everything you see gonna be burned up. New heaven and new earth. Say, cast not away therefore your confidence, which has great recompense of reward. Stay focused on the kingdom that's promised to us. And the only way you're going to get there is do what the Most High wants you to do and being obedient. Period. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, which what? Keep His commandments, ye might receive the promise. You might receive the promise. There ain't no guarantee. Hear that? He just said you will receive the promise. He said you might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come. Will not tarry. It's not going to take long. He coming. Now the just shall live by faith. So we got to believe. We got to believe in the Most High. Have faith in the Most High. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. You want to go back to the world? You become the enemy of the Most High. You become at war with the Most High. As we just read in James 4:4. He said, I have no pleasure in those that go back. You know, that's why people go back. Hey, what can you say? You want to still be the same? It's not going to be the same. Because you're looking around, you say, wow, Atonement man lie. Then he should lie. Mashiach Yahushua man, he should lie. He said, hey, 7 spirits. Worse than the one that came out of you when you was able to start learning and living and applying the truth. Then you stop. Say, ain't got no pleasure, you go back. That's going backwards. You backslider. I did lessons on backsliders and so forth. Can't go back, we gotta go forward. That's why I tell you, I'm dealing with the present to the future. My past, yesterday, and all the time before that was an experience. But we are not of them who draw back unto petition. See, you're going to draw back into petition. That's where you're going. That man of petition being exposed every day and every way. That's where you're going. Like I say, set up to send you straight to hell, to that lake of fire. You want to go there? Hey, go there. Last I read in the Thaahwam Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. Gave them scriptures, Isaiah 34:5-6 and Isaiah 63:1 down, says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites that's not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. That's what they saying. So that's where you're going to go back to that man of petition. Go ahead. He said, but we are not of them who draw back unto petition, but of them that believe to the saving of the Spirit. You gotta have faith. You gotta believe this. If you want to be saved, you want to see salvation. You don't, then hey, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So let's look at Hebrews 9 and 22. Now, Spirit, I want to go somewhere else first. Go to 2 Peter's. Go to 2 Peter 2 and 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world, see, so you're going back to that petition. I just want to go here because the Spirit saying, go here because you escape the pollutions of the world, the filthy, big, nasty things that's happening in the world through the knowledge of our power and Savior, Mashiach Yahushua. They are again entangled therein. You're going to go backwards, like it said, where you ain't going to have no pleasure in. You know, most of no pleasure. And He brought you out of darkness into the marvelous light. And you go back to darkness, go back to perdition. Oh yeah. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of our power, Mashiach Yahushua, and Savior, Mashiach Yahushua, they are again entangled therein and overcome. Like I say, you go backwards. The latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness. It had been better for you not to have known this truth. Like I say, that's why you're going to be beat with many stripes. Then, after they have known it, after you have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them, you're going to turn from the laws of the Most High to go back out there and say, I ain't under no law. You telling the Most High He don't mean nothing to you. That's why I say, but it has happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned into his own vomit again. And the soul is the nasty, filthy, big, nasty pig. The filthy, big, nasty hog that was washed. Remember, you clean through what? Through the word. You wash by the washing the water by the word. You're clean by the word. To her wallowing in the murk, wallowing in the slop of the world. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. That's where you're going to end up. not a good place to be, though. I'll tell you that. Hebrews 9:22. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. That's why Mashiach Yahushua's blood had to be shed for the 12 tribes of Israel, because he said without shedding of blood is no remission. That's why the blood of these animals initially was done for the remission of sins, but we have read where that didn't take away no sins. It didn't make no one perfect. But the Mashiach Yahushua, through his precious blood, we have an opportunity to become perfect and follow the laws of the Most High, doing what's right, be obedient. It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heavens should be purified with these, just the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. See? The Mashiach Yahushua's precious blood, the best sacrifice. For Mashiach Yahushua is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the truth, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of the Most High for us. Mashiach Yahushua is appearing before the Most High. That's why he said, no man come to the Father but by me. You ask anything in my name, I will do it, that the Father be glorified in the Son. And he's going to the Most High on our behalf. Verse 25. Not yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entered into the holy place every year with blood of others. Remember, that's what we're dealing with. We read about how they go into the Holy of Holies once a year for the Day of Atonement for our sins. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. He suffered many times since the foundation of the world. Talk about Mashiach Yahushua. But now, once, hear that? Once, in the end of the world, hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. See, it's appointed unto men once to die, because that flesh go where? Back to the earth where it came from. Dirt, going back to dirt. Spirit going to the Most High. And the judgment. So Mashiach Yahushua was once offered to bear the sins of many. And we know he was offered to bear the sins of the children of Israel. We just read that in Acts 5:31. Many, which is a certain number, which is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. And unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation to the children of Israel. That's why he said in St. John 4:22, you know not what you worship. You don't know what you worship. We know it. We worship for salvation as other Jews, paraphrasing. Salvation is coming to Israel. The Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Y'all ready for that? I hope so. It's definitely coming. Definitely coming. Only certain ones going to actually receive it. Everybody's not going to receive it. It's not for everyone. How much do you want this? You see what's going down. I hope y'all see. I mean, I look at this campaign of candidates. I've never seen anything of that nature. Immatureness and just, it's crazy. It's like, Unbelievable. But that's the world we're in, you know. It tells you how he think, and you see it manifest in those that know the prophecies of how he thinks, and she would think, how they would think. It's all in the Bible, and you see it. Unless you just can't really visualize what's really going on here. It's crazy. Really. That's why he says, you see the day approaching, you better get closer and closer, or want to get closer and closer to the time appointed. Look at Paul. He observed the fast of the Day of Atonement. When you look at Acts 27 and 9, say, now when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the seas was rigid and dangerous, because the fast was now already past. See, the fast. They don't say the fast plural, but the fast, which is the Day of Atonement, was already past. Paul admonished them. See, now he observed it. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump. See, that's what we're supposed to be doing, changing. Get rid of all that evil or the things that's rising up in you to make you contrary to the pleasing of Most High. As ye are unleavened, for even the Mashiach Yahushai, our Passover, is sanctified for us. Mashiach Yahushai. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. You got to change. You have to change, people. It's more assembly. It's very, very important that we look at this and work upon ourselves to not remain the same, but change. You see, Mashiach Yahushai is the Passover. What they do at the Passover? They killed the lamb. Go to Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5 and 2. It says, and walk in love. Keep the commandments of the Most High, as Mashiach Yahushai also have loved us. And we got to love each other. Like love thy neighbor as thyself. Mashiach Yahushai loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet smelling savor. See? That's what Mashiach Yahushua did for us, the children of Israel. Hebrews 7 and 11. Hebrews 7 and 11. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, or under it the people received the law, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, which is a Mashiach Yahushai, and not be called after the order of Aaron? I mean, continue to be a high priest and go in there and sacrifice the bullocks and the goats, the scapegoat every year, like they were doing already? No. He was the ultimate. For the priesthood being changed, there was made a necessity of change also of the law. For he of whom these things are spoken pertained to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. For it is evident, it's a fact, our power of Mashiach Yahushai sprang out of Judah, Jacob's firstborn son. Because the Levites were the priests, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. See? But see, the Most High already said that He's going to make us a nation of priests. We're going to be a kingdom of priests. You see? Look at Hebrews 13. Hebrews 13. Mashiach Shah the same yesterday and today and forever. So ain't nothing changing. The same yesterday and today and forever. That's why he said, look, yesterday. When was that? Let's get an idea. St. John 1 and 10. St. John, the first chapter, 10th verse. He was, which is past tense, in the world. Now we in the New Testament. And it says he was in the world. So he was in the world in the beginning. The very first verse. In the beginning, the Most High of Mashiach Shah created heaven and earth. So he was in the world. But he was an angel, a spirit. And the world was made by him, because Most High created everything by Mashiach Shah, Ephesians 3 and 9, Colossians 1, 14 on down, and go up here in John 1 and 1 down, it tells you he was there in the beginning with the Most High. He was in the world. Mashiach Shah was in the world. And the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. Just like they didn't know him now. They didn't know him back then, they don't know him now. They don't know that he was back there. He said, I'll come in the volume of the book is written of me, to do the will of the Most High. I mean, look at St. John 1 and 18. No man have seen the Most High at any time. Every time they dealing with the Most High, so ain't nobody seen the Most High at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, He have declared Him. So, a lot of times you look at a lot of information that's coming out, they're not bringing out the fact that the Mashiach Yahushua is right there. From the beginning. From Genesis to Malachi. From Matthew, all in Apocrypha, 14 books in the Apocrypha. From Matthew to Revelation, he's always been there. Always been there. But you eliminate him, so therefore you don't really know him. And you don't know the Most High, because you don't know the Son, you don't know the Father. Because he said he declared him in the bosom of the Most High. You hear what he said? He's in the bosom of the Most High. He hath declared him. Declared, that's past tense. Right there, whenever you getting it, he's declaring them to you. No man come to the Father but by him. So you think when he's saying that just because the New Testament, he's saying you can't come through the Most High except for me in the flesh? No. It's been that way. Been that way. Always. Because wasn't no New Testament. They only had the law and the prophets. They're reading the law and the prophets, so he give an understanding of the law and the prophets when you read the New Testament. You got to make it make sense. It's got to coincide. Give it all of anything you feel as a bone that it's got to work with the Old Testament. Period. Period. No ifs or buts about it. That's right. Mashiach Yahushua, he declared the understanding from the Father, because he is what? The Word of the Most High. Most High speaks, and in speech you have what? A voice, and from the voice come what? Words. So, I mean, he told us, I mean, it's real, it's not, and I think we get too technical and so we want to have that deep spirit that you can't really see the simplicity of a Mashiach Yahushua. Look what he said. Go to St. John, the 5th chapter, and verse 20. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth, and he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. See? Verse 19. Then answered Mashiach and said unto them, Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. So he's doing the actions or the works that they see the Most High do. Most High do a work, and he says, this is what I want you to do, and that's what he does. That's what Mashiach does. So he said in St. John 14 and 10, he said, Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, remember he already told you the action, we just read about the action, the words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. For what you see, the very work's sake. And he did, look, I mean, what kind of works did he do? Let me show you. Go to St. John 21 and 25. The last verse of St. John. And there are also many other things which Mashiach did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. See? That's how many miracles he did. So the world itself couldn't contain the miracles that will be written in the books in the world. Couldn't contain them. Hebrews 13 and 8. Mashiach the same yesterday and today and forever. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, like a lot of you. You have an opportunity to look at all these different doctrines. Then you ask a question on something that you have learned, and you're confused because you're over here, you're over the strange doctrines. A whole lot of strange doctrines out there. Believe me, especially now. Be not carried about with diverse, different, and strange doctrines. For it is a good thing that the heart, which is your mind, be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. We have an altar whereof they have now right to eat, which serve the tabernacle. For the bodies of those beasts, whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin, and burned without the camp, wherefore Mashiach also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. He suffered for us, through his blood being shed. Let us go forth therefore unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach, bearing the disgrace that was put upon him. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come, which is New Jerusalem, which is going to last forever. Because remember, we fell in 70 AD. Pretty soon, ain't nothing going to be written. We in Hebrews, a few days from now, at that time, 65 AD to 70 AD, 65 AD, boom, it was over. We fought for 5 years. See, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. That's New Jerusalem and the kingdom. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to the Most High continually. That is, the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. And that's like a sacrifice, something that you don't want to do. Communicate. You got to communicate. Step it up. Get in touch with each other. It says, obey them that have the rule over you. See, some of you don't look at nobody's over you, but then you're listening and you're learning from someone, or whatever camp you're in, you're someone that's a leader in that camp, or leaders in that camp. That's what it says. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves. Submit yourselves, see. For they watch for your souls. You got to watch for the souls, the people. You're concerned about everyone. You got to be watching over the people. That's within your camp or within your church. Whichever, words you use. Because Israel is the church. Israel is the camp. We the 12 tribes of Israel. It says, obey them that have the rule over you. And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy, that they could do it being happy, that you among them, and not being sad, or say, oh wow, here they come, oh man, I don't want to deal with them. Getting on their nerve, in other words, that we may do it with joy, and not with grief, see? Not be sad. Watching over your soul, you don't listen. That's what they submit. You don't want to listen to the counsel. You want to do whatever you want to do, yet still you want to be there. But you're not doing it so that your leader is enjoying the joy of you being in the presence. But with grief, that's not right. Being sad, it says, for that is unprofitable for you. You hear that? But a lot of you don't think it. That's why it says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves. Submit yourselves. Say, for they who have a rule over you, that's teaching you, which watch for your souls, as they that must give account. See, you got to give the right answers, because you got to give account. You got to tell them if their blood is on you. You tell them wrong, or they do something happen, you're responsible. But you see it, you're still responsible if you don't say nothing. You don't just let them go. That's why you got to do it so that they be glad to be able to see you, and as you communicate. That's what I say, communicate is a sacrifice. So they want to communicate with you and feel good about communicating with you, and not being grieved because of your jacked up attitude or your jacked up ways, and you don't want to listen. But yet still you want solutions, but you don't want to listen to the solution because they don't fit your understanding of how the solution should be. What you asking for? Just do whatever you're going to do. Do your own thing. You shouldn't ask nobody if they don't agree with what you think it should be, then get an attitude with them. That's Israel.